All right, let's talk about something that can literally change your life. It's this powerful idea that your outlook, your default way of seeing the world, isn't set in stone. You can actually learn to be more optimistic. And by doing that, you can build up so much more resilience and, yeah, even more success.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You get one piece of bad news, maybe some tough feedback at work, and suddenly your whole day is just shot. Your brain starts to spiral, and that one little thing feels like this giant final judgment on you. It's so frustrating, and honestly, it's incredibly common.
So what is that spiral, really? Well, let's call it the pessimism trap. And the most important thing to get right away is that this isn't some deep personality flaw. It's not who you are. It's a mental habit, a pattern of thinking that so many of us fall into without ever even noticing.
And there's actually a well-researched psychological reason for this feeling. It's called learned helplessness. It's that voice in your head that says, see, nothing I do matters, so why even bother trying? This feeling of being powerless, it's a direct result of that pessimistic trap.
But here is where it gets really exciting. This is the good news, and it's a total game changer. According to the pioneer of positive psychology, Martin Seligman, you are not stuck here. He argued that optimism isn't something you're just born with or without.
This quote is everything. It's the core idea of this entire explainer. I want you to think about optimism like it's a muscle. Right now, it might be a little weak, but the more you work it, the stronger it gets. It is a skill, something you can literally train with deliberate, conscious practice. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about changing how you interpret it.
So, how do we start training that muscle? Well, first, we've got to figure out where we're starting from. The tool for that is understanding your explanatory style, which is just a fancy way of saying, what's the story you tell yourself when things go wrong? Because believe me, that story changes everything. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. Look at the difference. On the left, you've got the pessimistic style. It's defined by what Seligman calls the 3 Ps. When something bad happens, the pessimist sees it as permanent. It's never going to change. Pervasive, it's going to ruin everything. And personal, it's all my fault. But now, look to the right. The optimist sees the exact same event as temporary, specific to just this one thing, and often caused by external factors. Same event, but 2 completely different realities. So take a second. Be really honest with yourself. No judgment. When you hit a roadblock, which one of those columns sounds more like your inner voice? Just recognizing your default pattern is the first and most crucial step to changing it. Okay, so once you kind of know your style, you need a game plan, a tool to actively fight back in the moment. And that tool is the ABCDE method. It's a really simple step-by-step process you can use to challenge those automatic negative thoughts as they happen.
Let's just walk through it real quick. A is for adversity. That's just the thing that happened, the objective event. B is your automatic belief about it, your knee-jerk interpretation. C is the consequence, how that belief makes you feel and act. Now D is disputation. This is where you fight back and challenge that belief. And finally, E is for energization, that new, better feeling you get when you successfully reframe the whole thing.
And listen, the absolute key to this whole process, the secret sauce, is D for disputation. This is not a passive thing. You have to actively argue with that negative voice in your head. Be a lawyer. Gather evidence against it. Look for alternative explanations. Question its logic like you're in a debate with an opponent that you are determined to prove wrong.
The ABCDE model is your tool for those tough moments. But to really make this a lasting change, we have to turn it into a habit. So let's look at how you can actually integrate this way of thinking into your everyday life. Just listen to the words here for a second. That pessimistic self-talk, it's full of these absolute killer words like always and never. This is the language of a permanent personal failure. It leaves zero room for change, for growth, for hope. And now, look at this. Look at the reframe. The language shifts completely. This time, that makes the problem temporary and specific. And then the focus immediately pivots from blame to a solution. I can improve with a new strategy. It's not passive, it's active and empowering. And here are some super simple, totally doable habits you can start today to build that optimism muscle. Seriously, keeping a gratitude journal actually rewires your brain to look for the positive. Visualizing success primes you for it, and just taking a moment to acknowledge a small win, it builds momentum and confidence. And what's so cool about this is that the skill doesn't just benefit you personally. Oh no, it has this incredible ripple effect.
When you practice learned optimism, you become a way more effective leader, a better teammate, a better communicator, everything. Just think about it at work. An optimistic leader sees a failed project not as a total disaster, but as a valuable learning opportunity. They guide conversations away from blame and toward finding solutions. They take these huge, overwhelming challenges and reframe them as solvable, temporary problems the team can actually tackle. That's how you build a resilient, motivated culture. This right here is the main takeaway. This is not about being blindly positive or just ignoring problems. No way. This is a strategic mental skill. It's about facing reality head on, but with the core belief that you have the power to influence the outcome. Ultimately, this is what it all comes down to. You have agency. Your mindset is not something that just happens to you. It is an active choice you make every single day in every single moment. You have the power to change the stories you tell yourself. And when you change those stories, you absolutely change your results.
And that brings us to my final question for you. Don't wait for a big crisis. Think about one small, automatic, negative belief that's been nagging at you. Just one. What is it? And how can you start arguing with it? Right now.